Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Asian report for the 27th of March, and for the ASX 200 here I've got two counts here. In a nutshell, we've got wave 3 or wave 1. Wave 3 would give us a much larger move to the upside, and that wave 3 here would be an A wave, a B wave and a C wave to here, and we would move up from this point here. The other count here is that we have this top here as wave 1, and we're looking for an A wave, a B wave and a C wave down into this space here to the 5-8 area here, and in that case we'll look for 5 waves in terms of wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 and wave 5. So if it's going to be if it's going to be wave 4 here, then the market would need to find support, let's just say starting on 6,200, and then we would have a bullish move from that point. And if we had a bullish move from that point, then we can look for a target up at 6,500 up to the medium level there. So that would move up into that space. So getting on to 6.2 here, that would be the safe trade. Would know what we've got at that particular point. Okay, so the corrective rally in here, in both cases here, we should see from this 6,100 here, we should see a move up through here, and the 61.8% is roughly within subgroup 2 here. So subgroup 2 is 65, 72 and 80, and we'll have a look at that in a moment. So look, we really need a strategy. We obviously don't want to miss a third wave here in terms of trading short here. Okay, so let's just go in and have a look at this. So first of all, the safe trade to the upside would be 6,200 with the support on top of that. And in fact, once it takes out the top of wave B here, then that would confirm that this is actually a corrective move here. But at this stage, we don't know that. We can only assume that. The wave 4 can pull back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here, but we already have 5 waves here. So any further downside on this low here would also trigger this downside move here as well. The other point here too is that the move back up here to the 61, 50, 60% retracement level doesn't have to be 50% or 61.8%. It could just be 40%, you know. It normally is meeting supply, which means sellers on some other side over here or some particular number, or the US markets or UK markets are moving down strongly as this market can fold with the UK market as well. The European markets are part of the mix. So let's just go to the hourly chart now that we know what we need to be mindful of here. So first of all, we're already short here. So we had the stop, the red line here above the wave B here. So on the other chart we just had a look at, I had wave 4 in orange, but I've got it in blue here. But it doesn't really matter, it's still same. So in a nutshell, we're looking at this move down as wave C of 4, or we're looking at this move down here as wave 1, and we'll come back to wave 2, which is this box in this space here. So that takes us into group 2 here, the 72 here, 65, 72 and 80, group 2 here. So that's where the retest will be there. Now, if this market here, I'll just grab this here, if this, let's just put this, if you're already short, then we want group 2 here, we want the 72 here, the 6,072 here to become the retested resistance in this space, okay? So if you're not short already, then you can also look to become the retested resistance here as well. So that means that the market comes down, which it has done, bounces back up, which it has done. Let's just say that it goes down again, so there will also be another small bounce here, probably coming back in. This is where the number 2 here becomes really important. We've got group 1 here, so I mean 100 is part of group 1 as well, and this is group 1, the 200 here and the 300, they're minor group 1s, and these are subgroup 1s here. So if the number 2 here becomes the retested resistance, then it gives you a bit of an insight that the market is stuck at that point, and then would see the market move down and then come back up here, and then that becomes the trigger in here at that point there. So if that's breached, then you're on your way at that point. That's the next safest trade here. You can also get it here if you can see it there, and you can also get it under the one there as well, and you can get it under this one here as well. They're just steps, but it just depends on how close to the market that you want to get. Otherwise, with all of this, we'll see this here does appear to be corrective here, yeah, so we still expect to see it move higher through here. And if I could just bring up one of the banks here for a moment. So with the banks here, this is ANZ here. Don't worry about the count here. Just this move down through here is basically in 5 waves. Yes, it could drop a little bit further, but what we'd also be looking for here is that a move down here in 5 waves, and then an A and a B and a C wave here, and then down again here for these markets. So that's what we need to be mindful of here. This move up through here hasn't really counted very well. We could look at this as an A wave here, a B wave up to here, and a C wave here as well, so that from this point we could also see the market move higher here. That's why we need to see the 5 waves here on all the banks, and then a corrective move up here, and then we can look to short those banks again on this side over here. So there's a little bit of work to be done, but all I'm pointing out here is that you can see that we've got 5 waves down here on ANZ, and it'll be much the same with the other banks as well. So this is where the rally can come from here. Right, yes, and that's about it. So the tick chart doesn't really give us any more sort of information here, except that the current move down through here we can count as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for this one. And yeah, this can be counted in a variety of waves. I've just got it here as an A and a B and a C wave here for the A wave, coming back for the B wave, and looking for 5 waves up for the C wave here. But the other point here too is that it's possible that this could just be in here as well. You just don't know with corrective moves, you know, but we were expecting something higher. If we take a look at the S&P 500, that can give us a little bit of insight as well here, because with the S&P here just on the hourly chart, we're looking for a move down through here, which we call wave 1, and then an A and a B and a C back up into this 50-60% retracement level here where we're selling, and then the move down through here will be an impulse wave, and then we're looking for a move back into 28.20 here where we could sell again, and then we'll also look to be short again once this 2,800 here becomes the retested resistance as well, and then also group 2 as well. So if you're wondering what the S&P is doing, then this is pretty much it here on this. So we're just seeing it step lower through through this particular pathway here. Okay, let's have a look at India. Okay, with the Nifty here, just on the hourly chart, I was looking for 5 waves to come down through this space here, and then a retest up through here. But it's a bit tricky to find 5 waves here. If I go to the cash market where it's a little bit clearer for you to see, we could look at this here as wave 1 down through here, and wave 2 to here. And then this move down through here, I can only count, well, 5 waves in here for 3rd wave. So 1 and 2, nice strong 3rd wave where it gaps, 4th wave and 5th wave. So really I've only got 3 waves here. At the same time, I've got 3 waves up here as well. So yeah, so let's just go back to this chart for a moment. So with this market here, I've got from the low here, I can count 3 waves up here. So that could be corrective, and this could be the first leg down here. So this leg here, once we get the retest here, right, then we can look to go short there. So if I just grab that here and put that under there for a moment, I'll just get rid of this because we haven't got that. We can get a better entry than that. So this low down through here, if this is 5 waves coming down through here, and it's pretty close to finish, there may be another low here, then that would retest that. And if that fails at that point, then we can move, then we can be triggered into that trade to the downside, and then we'll be on our way down here. Okay, but because we've only got 3 waves here, so this, if I can just copy this for a moment, because we've only got 3 waves here, it does highlight the fact that the whole move up through here from this low here is 1 and 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then the market pulling back into this space here for wave 4, and then going up for wave 5 here. So a little bit of a tricky one. It will resolve itself in the next session, but it's just something that we need to be mindful of, and we need a strategy for that. So yeah, just rehash that a little bit. We were looking for 5 waves down here in line with the US markets, and it maybe I've missed something, but it just, and I pulled it apart on tick chart, it still comes out with just 3 waves here, so I'm a little bit concerned about it. And then we've only got 3 waves back up here. 3 waves back up to the 61.8% is corrective, but if I count this as 1 and 2 here and 3 here and 4 here, then would still look for, there would be a 5th wave here that could take us up into this space. Even at that point, we wouldn't chase it at that. We wouldn't go long there, okay, because it would only give us 5 waves in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So if I can just draw that over here, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, and then we would get an A and a B and a C wave here, and then we can look to go into it on this high over here, at least on this, using this medium level here, 11,500. So for long trades, we have to wait for that, and then we'd be catching a 3rd wave to the upside in part of this wave 4 here to wave 5 to the upside, which would take us up higher to 11,800 area up here. Let's bring that down here for the moment. Yeah, otherwise we're on the short side here, and that would be in line with the US market. So what we want here is this to move down through here, and then we need to see that retest come back in here. So on the tick chart here, see on the tick chart we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. I know there's overlapping wave structures here for wave 1 and 2, and then that would leave us with 5 waves to the upside here. And the way that that's coming down here, it's like it's on quite an angle. It's like it's reluctant to come down, and that would also be, if it was a wave 4 coming down here, if I put that up here, this here would be a wave 4 coming back, and that's at 38.2% retracement level. And we don't have a clear 5 wave structure down here either, do we? We have this like an A and a B and a C wave coming back through here. So we don't have a clear 5 waves down through here yet either. So if it was going to be 5 waves, we'd still need to see a consolidation in here and then a drop lower. So the retest that we're looking for needs to consolidate here more and then drop and then come back up and clearly test this level here. So back to the hourly chart here. So from here, it needs to go back up and touch that level there, or get very close to it at least, to give us that low here. We're looking for that reference point low here to get short here. Okay, so that will be our strategy, and the long strategy won't come in until this becomes another high in here, then an A and a B and a C wave over here, like this pattern here. A classic trading levels pattern needs to emerge here for this, and it's just not there just yet for that. I just want to have a look at copper before I go as well, because I know there's folks looking at that. So we're looking at an A and a B, and then 5 waves down here for C waves. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Wave 4 is playing out here on that, fitting into that trend line there, and we'll see another move down here lower for that. So yeah, just thought I'd show that. Okay, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.